I don't know about you, but I have always been fascinated by human beings. What makes people tick? What is it that leads us to make the decisions that we make? And about 30 years ago, I was initiated into a system that focuses purely on human types. And what is unusual about this system, what sets it apart from any other system I've encountered, is that it focuses on the vehicle that we are operating. It looks at what we are born with, not what we learn, not what we acquire, not what we achieve, but purely the mechanism that we are navigating through life on Earth. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a slice of that system. In this system there are 6 types. I'm going to show you how to recognize one of those types, the one that I'm describing, and then I'm going to go through the room and pick a few out for you. So we've got a few live specimens in this room. And the type I've chosen to present to you is disproportionately represented in this room and has been disproportionately represented on this stage. So it should be quite interesting. I'm going to do a very informal survey. If you are familiar with one of the following systems for understanding human beings, would you just nod as I scan the room? So I'm going to name a few systems. If you know them, please just nod. Myers-Briggs, Belbin, DISC, color preferences, Enneagram. Wonderful. And there's more. All of those systems are fabulous. This is none of them. So if you know any of those systems, for the next 15 minutes, try and forget about that system, because you'll just give yourself a headache trying to fit this system to that system. This is pure hardware. There's a structure that I'm going to use, and it is a circle with 6 points on it. Every single person in this room is somewhere on that circle. And I'm going to describe to you one specific type, which is the mercurial type. Every type is named after a god or goddess of mythology. If you open your dictionary and look at the word mercurial, what does it say? Just shout it out. Mercurial, definition. Difficult to grasp, exactly. Any other, you were not paying attention in English class, any of you, were you? No one. Reactive, yes. The word mercurial, the definition of the word mercurial in the dictionary is fast, fickle, devious, or deviating. How many of you are in marketing or active in marketing in your company? Just raise your hand. Fantastic, you can put your hands down because this is the moment where you feel embarrassed. Where does the word marketing come from? What is the root, while we're on English, of the word marketing? Anyone want to take a wild guess? The word mercury comes from the word mercury. The word marketing comes from mercury. Merchandise comes from the word mercury. Mercredi is market day on the continent. Mercury was the god of commerce, communication, travel, and thieves. He is always associated with speed. He has wings on his helmet and wings on his heels, and your archetypal Mercury looks just like that. Not that we've seen anyone on this stage recently who looks just like that. I certainly haven't. If you want to spot a Mercury, it's not difficult. A Mercury type is slender. They are built for speed and action. They have the physique of a sprinter or a swimmer. They have big eyes, they have good cheekbones, and they have a great smile. You can almost hear a click when a Mercury turns on their smile. I love to watch a Mercury just walking. I love to watch a Mercury just walking along by themselves, and they'll just be in their own world, and then they'll see someone's looking at them. How you doing? How you doing? Fantastic to meet you. I'm talking to you. I'm looking at your name badge. You're not a target client for me. It's been absolutely wonderful. Mercuries are often Mercuries scan the room. They're always looking for opportunities. They are fast. Mercuries think and speak more quickly than any other type. It is extremely difficult to keep up with the thinking of a Mercury if you are not a Mercury. What this means is they're always looking for opportunities, and in their mind, so is everyone else. So Mercuries can be quite prone to suspicion, because if they're always looking for an angle, and everyone's looking for an angle, they've got to be thinking really quickly and figuring out where everyone's coming from. Otherwise, someone's going to get one over them. If you want something sold, if you want to inspire people, if you want to move a product, talk to a Mercury. If you have a Mercury employee and they have an expense account, read it carefully, because the Mercurial relationship to the rules is fairly simple. The rules are for the slow people. You know those people, the literal slow people? Mercurial types, you know, it's almost an obligation for them to find ways around the rules. And when they get caught, it was someone else's fault. That's a Mercury. Can anyone name a famous Mercury on the world stage? Kind of looks like that. Charismatic, charming, great communicators. This is the god of communication. You were going to say Obama, and you didn't because? You just didn't. Fantastic. Lady here said, I was going to say Obama, but I didn't. Anyone else looks like this? The thing with Mercuries is they have a cheeky smile. In this system, the Mercury is like the naughty child, always looking for fun and mischief and bright things. And when they get caught, they've got this cheeky look and they get away with things. I'm sorry? You just said that, but really quietly. So we're progressing here. We've gone from I thought it, but I didn't say it, to I said it really quietly to the person next to me. Fantastic. Little illustration. I mean, what an incredible performer. Just incredible. Oh, Silvio Berlusconi. He was indicted for 800 separate criminal offences while he was the president of Italy. In his own words, he realised that the system was corrupt and he was reforming it, but unfortunately he was forced from office by a conspiracy. He's the victim in all this. Who has a Mercury in their life? Who is thinking, wait a second, that's someone on my team, that's my boss, or, oh no, I'm married to one. Anyone having that horrible realization? Yes. You know one? You know one personally? I am one. You are one. You certainly are. Fantastic. It's good that we got that out of the way early. Huh? Fantastic. You're never bored with mercurial people. It's impossible to be bored around a Mercury because there's always something going on inside them. There's always something they can engage with. There's always some new plan, some new idea, something exciting happening. Here's another one. Yeah. Right. In order to tease out participation, I didn't bring them with me. I will post this at my own expense. I'm about to give away a book about this very subject. But in order to win the book, you must raise your hand and answer this question either correctly or so impossibly incorrectly that we're amazed. Either way, you'll win a book, okay? So I'm going to ask you, who is this? Just, what? I'm sorry? No, that was an intentionally wrong answer. I'm not naive. Anyone know who that is? Did you raise your hand? Did you raise your hand? So yes. Would you like to loudly say your answer? Michelangelo. No, same era. Yes, madam. Vaughan. Vaughan, can you please get her details? She's just won a book. It's pretty much Vaughan, isn't it? It's actually one of Vaughan's ancestors. That's madam, you're Valentino, Rudolph Valentino, who died in the 1920s. Right, that's from the 1500s, but this is fantastic. I could do this all day. Yes, madam? Casanova, no. I just keep going. This is brilliant. Ronaldo. What's this? It's getting more and more askew, isn't it? That is actually Niccolo Machiavelli. Vaughan, can you have the audio? Can you just have the guys just throw this guy out of the room, please? Because it's taking the joke too far. So, Machiavelli, divide and conquer. The ends justify the means. If you're not a Mercury, you may look at mercurial people and think they're untrustworthy, they're devious. You have to keep your eye on them. If you are a Mercury, the rest of us are just dim-witted idiots. It's a perception thing. If you're in that point of the circle, you see the world from that point on the circle. None is right or wrong. It's just another way of operating. Same thing, we may as well just keep with this. Hand, I'll point at you, you say the name of this next person, you win a book. If I get desperate, I'll give you a clue. Who's that? Hands, Al Capone, same era. Is it? No. Yes, madam. No, same era, there's a hand there. Is the correct answer? That is Charles Ponzi. For those of you who are in financial services, it's important to be aware of the activities of Charles Ponzi. I've got this scheme. You put money in, the more money you put in, the more money comes out. Get your friends and family involved. What could possibly go wrong? Anyone aware of anyone recently who followed the same pattern? You're saying it quietly now. We progress to saying, I know what it is, but I'll say it out the corner of my mouth. Is the correct answer another Mercury? So Mercuries bend and break the rules. Here's another rule breaker. Who's that? Terrible rule breaker. Violated the laws of diplomacy and of international law. And he was a diplomat. Anyone? His name is Raoul Wallenberg. In Hungary, in 1938, he forged thousands of diplomatic passes in order to save the lives of thousands of Jewish families who were fleeing the Holocaust. So when a Mercury bends and breaks the rules, it can be a wonderful thing, it can be a terrible thing. It cost him his life. If you've got any Mercury friends and you want to have fun with them, and I did this to a friend of mine, if you've got a mercurial friend, buy them a gift, wrap it, and give it to them for no reason. Just say, I bought you this. And they'll unwrap the gift and they'll be like, oh, that's nice. And then immediately you can hear their thoughts. What do they feel guilty about? What do they want from me? Where's this going? Keeps them awake for days on end. It's wonderful. Did it to a friend of mine. It worked. It's great fun. Whenever I travel, whenever I go to another country, I always want to be aware of the culture. I want to be aware of the types that are in the news, and just to get a flavour of the country and the culture. And whenever I work with an organisation, I go into the culture. And here's 3 Mercuries. Yeah. Here's a bunch of Mercuries smiling. Again, it's that smile, that click, when they realise who you're connected with. How you doing? Man, I'm checking out your company. We should talk. Call me sometime, okay? Call me. And then the thing with the Mercury is, it's been great talking to everyone, but I've got a much more interesting appointment I've got to be going to. I've got to head out the door. I'm so important. I mean, you're great people, but to be honest, I'm out of here. It's fantastic. And they're out the door, like the Cheshire Cat. Bev said, Mercury, it's hard to get your hands on them. Mercury is liquid metal. It's the only metal that is liquid at room temperature. It's bright and shiny, but you cannot grab a hold of it. Mercury slip through the cracks. Apologies for the next slide. I've done my research. This is becoming this. I don't believe you anymore. Your credibility means. You wrote it down. Fantastic. I got a completely unbidden 2 fingers from the front table. It's just like being at home. I feel. So, cheeky, charismatic, wonderful performers. Yeah. Did anyone see the film Chaplin? Robert Downey Jr., who is a mercurial actor, played Chaplin. When you have a Mercury playing a Mercury, it's wonderful. It was as if he was Chaplin. He became Charlie Chaplin. When you have the wrong type playing the right role, imagine Kevin Spacey as Charlie Chaplin. Just doesn't work. When they had Tom Cruise, who's a mercurial actor, play a warrior, Jack Reacher, it's just doesn't work. Right seat on the bus. And within an organisation, if you line the type up with the role, they're happy and they are effective. When the type doesn't align with the role, the hardware doesn't line up. It's like trying to run Microsoft on an Apple. It's never going to gel. Oh, if you travel to the UK and you go into a Vodafone store, be warned that I've trained all of their sales and marketing people in this. So as you walk in the door, they'll go, oh, yeah. Flick through the, yeah, one of them. How is he still alive? I mean, the trickster. Mercuries are the trickster. They love to trick people. They cannot resist tricking people. And he just tricks people in an astonishing manner. Captain of your hockey team. All right. One more chance to win a book. It's going to cost me more in postage than in books, but I'm willing. I'm willing. Hand, please. Who is this? No, Sandra, you've seen this before, you cheat. You know who your friends are. Anyone. I'll give you a one-word clue if no one guesses. Always surprises people to find out that this woman was mercurial. I'll give you a one-word clue. Saint. Did I see your hand? No, that's it, you've blown it. No. The rules are clear. Either no one says anything when they know the answer, or they don't raise their hand. What to do, eh? Freddie? And Bugs. If you want to get something done, talk to a Mercury. If you want to inspire people, talk to a Mercury. If you want to tease out the potential of a team, turn a Mercury loose to find out what's happening, and they will create whole new possibilities far more quickly than you ever could. And then they're gone. They're out the door. This is one of the 6 types. We've just had a slice of Mercury. There are obviously 6 types. We have identified a few Mercuries in the room already. Would you like me to point at some? You identified yourself. And, oh yes. What's your name, please? Sibley. Would you just please stand and wave and smile? Please. Just stand and wave and smile. This. You are a fantastic audience. If you've got any questions about this, please come and have a chat with me out in the lobby. And my name's John Cremer. Let's see where this goes.